must have gone out.
Well, you can go to the pub across the street, keep an eye on things from there.
Where do we do that?
Wow. Remind me never to rent a furnished room in Ireland.
Perfect if you're a hired assassin or pretending to be one.
You know what? Let's go to the pub. I'm sure Lucky will show up there.
No, hang on. Bingo. Because I grew up pretending to be on the run, and Lucky taught me all kinds of tricks just in case. Look at this. Wow. If this is the real Ronan, Lucky and he are identical.
Except Ronan's dead. And we're trying to keep Lucky from joining him.
O'Reilly, wake up.
Tom, I was having the finest dream. Needless to say, you weren't on it.
Glad to see you're still breathing.
So the Balkan wants me alive, does he? Well, you might want to tell him I can't feel my hands thanks to your carelessness. There's no circulation, none whatsoever, which isn't quite what we're after for a man in my profession now, is it?
Shut up.
You know, I'd hate to tell the Balkan that your manhandling left me crippled for life. No longer able to hold a gun, much less pull the trigger. That's a fine way to treat the Balkan's weapon of choice now, isn't it?
I liked you better when you were asleep.
Yeah, same to you, you mindless brute. You have to stand there. My line of sight. I have to stare at your face while I listen to you breathe. What's the problem? Huh? You got asthma? Too much time in dusty warehouses? That'll give a man emphysema, you know. Make you old and weary before your time.
You shut up now.
What are you gonna do about it, sissy?
The Balkan will be here when he gets here. You watch your mouth, or you'll be lucky to leave this warehouse alive.
I'm sure.
I'm impressed. You pick a lock, you know where to find Lucky's ID. You should consider a career in law enforcement, except you have to deal with those pesky things called laws and civil rights.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic, Lucky being in law enforcement. He got the best of the glory days growing up with my mom and dad on the road. When I came along, it was kind of like life behind a picket fence.
So how did you figure out how to do all this stuff?
Lucky taught me stuff. My dad taught me quite a bit, too, when he was around and sober and in the mood.
You seem like you're in your element.
I don't know, it's weird. It just feels like I'm coming home to a place that I've never been.
Why know that feeling? Be a part of a past you've only heard about? Trying to figure out how you fit into your own family's history?
Like with Sonny.
No, sometimes I think about what it'd be like growing up with Sonny.
Well, you might not have survived. Or maybe you would have been a mob prince.
I guess so.
I don't think that your mom could have done as good of a job raising you if Sonny was around. He would have loved you, but I think you would have been conflicted between right and wrong like Michael. And I don't know if you would have been the wonderful, honest man that I loved.
Maybe not.
But I don't want to think about the past. I want to think about right now.
All right. Let's focus on finding Lucky. Okay? I mean, he couldn't have gone far without his passport.
Yeah, but I don't like how empty this place is. I don't think Lucky's been here for a while. Maybe the meeting with the Balkan didn't go so well.
Okay, well, let's go ask around at the pub. Oh, and just so you know, this isn't some backyard adventure with your brother, okay? The Balkan is lethal.
dressed up like this. That way you don't have to deal with my temper.
Believe me, I'm not that worried about it.
Fair enough, fair enough. Although, that is what my last job said. I'm sure you heard about them.
Don't make me come over there again.
No, I wouldn't want to trouble you. And at least I can see you fine from here. You know, if you hit a man on the top of his head hard enough, he'll bite off his own tongue. Well, it's true. It's not pretty, but it's effective. At least it was on my last job. I took my sweet time helping him out of the world. But I have to say, I don't much appreciate the situation I'm in. Being treated this way, after all that fine work I've done for the Balkan. He's gonna let me go. And you know that, because I'm valuable to him. And I never forget a face. You hearing me? See, you like reading? You know, it'd be pretty hard to read with no eyes, now wouldn't it?
Stupid peasant. I'm gonna go see if I can't hurry this up along.
Yeah, same here.
Murphy.
The Balkan says, don't worry if you lose your fingers.
You never even spoke to the man, did you? You just take orders. Big, bold orders printed out in black ink so even you can understand. Orders like I give your sister. Doesn't she love taking them from me?
Son of a bitch.
You're a new face around here, and a pretty one at that.
Thank you. Could I have a beer?
And you're an American.
How could you tell?
Do you want the boy teeth?
Actually, I'm looking for someone. Ronan O'Reilly, do you know him?
Never heard of him.
That little American is after Ronan to no good end.
Now what do you care? Sure wasn't long ago you opened
Any luck?
No one's heard of Ronan O'Reilly, but they're all lying.
And we don't know whose side they're on, right?
So what do we do now?
I hear you're working for someone.
Do you know Ronan O'Reilly?
I know her to meet all kinds of interesting men. Let's go.
No, not a chance in hell.
Would you consider yourself a friend of Ronan's?
Well. Now there's an interesting group if I ever saw one.